Padres fans, this is going to be a good news only video. We got to talk more about what happened last night as the Padres clinch a playoff berth. Plus, I've got some injury updates for you. What's going on, everybody? Christian Pedersen back with another episode of Padres Digest. Thank you very much for tuning into the show that promised you every single day, except for the couple of times that we didn't promise you, that we were going to make the playoffs. And here we are. Season is officially extended into October. We're going to talk a little bit more about that. Andrew covered a ton of that in his game recap video, but I just got some more stuff to talk about the playoffs now. Specifically going to talk about some injury and health updates of the team. Before we go any further, I always got to do the obligatory YouTube thing of saying, if you want to comment, be fantastic. We love hearing from you guys. And if you want to subscribe, you know we would appreciate that. Let's just one more time go ahead and enjoy the beauty that is this quickly made clinched graphic. The Padres, I will say, they certainly haven't instilled a ton of confidence in me last 15 days, maybe last 25 years. One of those two, maybe something in between, but you get what I'm saying. The last couple of series have not been great. They get this extra innings clutch win against the Brewers, and maybe wasn't the best game the Brewers have ever played, but I got a feeling last night, just a vibes check, a visual pass, that things were really possible for the Padres. I also, though, got that vibe pass minus Fernando Tatis Jr. and a couple of other pieces that are going to be part of the long-term plan for the San Diego Padres in the playoffs. Here's what's up with Tatis. The report from Dennis Lin of The Athletic, who I very much trust, Preller this week saying that and as always, I apologize to people watching these on phones if this text is too small, but Padres president of operations, AJ Preller, said Monday that he's hopeful Tatis, in quote, illness will be able to return to the lineup later this week, Dennis Lin of The Athletic reports. So it is Tuesday as of us recording this, Monday as of when he said this. There was no injury, so this is kept out. They have not specifically said what the illness is. This is something like the flu, COVID. It is non-emergency, but he was also not in the celebration yesterday. He was not at the ballpark, so he is out right now. Fernando Tatis this season maybe has not had like his greatest season ever, but I think that Tatis this year has been just as much a part, at least, of the success for the Padres as he has in a year, whether or not that has been an overwhelming amount of success or just the amount of success that we have had to at least get us to the playoffs. He has still been a part of it. So Fernando is going to be back, but he is out right now. I'm curious what you guys think. Obviously, the win last night against the Brewers might be a fluke, but they get it done without Fernando. And I think that at least puts us squarely in the place of competitive with this postseason that we have ahead of us, because it is going to somewhat be this, barring any major changes in the next week plus. We're going to have to take on the Cubs on the road, but then it is the Brewers. So if we are beating the Brewers without Tatis, we get to sprinkle back in Tatis. To me, that is net positive. That is a great thing. Obviously, we still have to beat the Cubs to get there, so I'm not saying that oh, yeah, we beat them without Fernando, we're going to go to the World Series. That might end up being the truth, but right now, to me, just the takeaway is that Fernando is not. This is not something where he's being hospitalized. This is just something where he had something contagious. They didn't want the team to get it, so they kept him out. But in keeping him out, the Padres got to win in a clutch way, and they got it from players like Freddie Fermin. So what you saw plus Tatis is going to happen for the playoffs. Next player I want to talk about is David Morgan. Reports are... this one might actually be okay text-wise for the phone, because this is very little text. The quote here taken out from Kevin Acey's most recent article says, on the injured list with shoulder inflammation, right-hander David Morgan could return from the injured list as soon as Wednesday. What we've got on Morgan is that Sunday, so I'm saying Wednesday, I'm saying Tuesday, I'm saying a lot of days, trying to provide factual accuracy, but just more of like a couple days ago. Long enough ago, as of us recording this video, that we would have heard negative news. David Morgan threw a simulated outing. So that plus 48 hours of no negative news, and now reports that Morgan could be activated as soon as Wednesday. Wednesday would be the first day he's available to come off of the 15-day IL. But I have no reason to believe that it will be more than 24 hours after that. It should be a pretty quick reactivation. So our bullpen definitely been tested the last couple of days. David Morgan might not be the main guy, but he is a very talented pitcher. And so he is somebody that we beat the Brewers in extra innings last night without. So add another piece to that. And that's another, to me, a step in the positive direction. One that is less of a direct now impact. He's not coming back this week, but we're getting more onto this. This could actually be a conversation, and I might be entirely falling for the hype here of just wanting this to happen. But here's what we've got. Joe Musgrove. This was a catchy headline. I wanted the forward update when I read it to be like, hell yeah, I am. Or Tommy John, y'all crazy. Like either say you're out or be like, dude, I'm back. That small gripe in terms of what I was anticipating aside, here is the sort of summarized version from that article. Shout out, as always, Talking Friars. Thank you for letting me pinch as much of your tweets as I do. So, per the Kevin Acee article, quote, he resumed playing catch yesterday after a few days off to some soreness in his surgically repaired elbow. Musgrove described the soreness as a normal part of the progression in his elbow return from Tommy John surgery. He continues to prepare on a schedule that could have him pitching in relief should the Padres advance to the NL Division Series or, more likely, the Championship Series. Division Series or, more likely, Championship Series. Why do I say that this is now entertaining more of a conversation? Because that's where we're at now. The Division Series is that opportunity against the Brewers that we're talking about right now. So, hypothetically, we beat the Brewers last night without three pieces that are going to get added. Now, Joe Musgrove, I'll pump the brakes. And like I said, the other version of that four-letter headline that I wanted, or that four-word headline, was basically a GTFO. It was like, I had Tommy John. I'm missing the season. Reading about soreness in an elbow that's rehabbing, that's 8+ months out, like it's not outside the world of conceivable possibilities to have Joe Musgrove come back for the Brewers series or beyond. Like, being said, our bullpen's very good. We talked just minutes ago about getting David Morgan back. Do we need a completely unproven Joe Musgrove? I don't know. I think that it's something that I would like to see in the realm of, like, if he's going to just sit on the bench and throw, if it's him for an inning or Yuki for an inning, I'd rather have the Joe Musgrove. Like, I don't mind just the PR grab of like, hey, we were down 5 in game 3 and Musgrove came in to eat an inning and get us out of there and move us on. And it was a fun thing to see him back. I don't know if I trust or want him to be like, oh, man, we're slotting him in. We're bringing Joe completely cold turkey, just put him in as the 7th inning guy to set up everyone else. So meet me somewhere in the middle in terms of my anticipation on him. But the summary of it all is that Nando out now when we beat the Brewers, but is coming back later this week. David Morgan out now, but when we beat the Brewers and is coming back this week. And Musgrove, you got the positivity of at least hey, let's fight for this. Let's fight for the DS to get him back or something like that. I don't know. Let me know what you think on all of the injury status, about if at this point in the season, since we have technically clinched, do you have any more interest in even, like, just, hey, Tatis, go get healthy. Morgan, go get healthy. Like, maybe you want to start sitting people. Maybe you want to keep the vibes going and have everyone playing all day, every day. Let me know. Drop a comment. Like I said, if you want to hit the subscribe button, it'd be much appreciated. We're almost to the playoffs, Padres fans. Just hold on a couple more days.